Hello, this is going to be reading for the collective. I was going to do Gemini, but I bought Gemini a shirt. I bought Jimmy Jim's a shirt. I saw this shirt and I want to wear it for them. So I'm just going to wait till tomorrow and do their reading. Bought Jimmy Jim's a shirt. I thought it was so freaking witty and cute. It's simple, but it just, I don't know, just reminded me of them when I saw it. So I want to wear it. So we're going to do collective. This is for April 2025. I think I need to turn that heat off. It's going to drive me nuts. 1 second. What do we have for the collective? What do we have at the heart? Ooh. What do we have? Death. Scorpio energy. At the heart. So something is definitely dying. Something, you don't love something anymore. You don't want it no more. You don't want something in your energy no more. It's at the heart. This is real. This is over. You know? This could also be a heart attack, somebody dying by way of heart disease, something like that. Don't want to say that, but I had to say it. What do we have at the solar? Energy and comfort. So I feel like somebody is strong, they're comfortable, they're confident. I like it. I love that for the solar. It's giving me solar energy. Somebody is comfortable with some kind of energy surge even. They are totally at home with it, giving me Aries energy. Somebody is comfortable, and then comfortable with something dying too. Comfortable with letting something die, letting something end. We have anger and anxiety at the throat. Maybe you don't know how to speak it. Maybe you're comfortable. This is giving me, like I was saying, Aries energy, anger. This anxiety I don't like, but the anger is not something that Aries doesn't know how to handle well. If they're, high vibrating Aries, anger is part of your energy. It's something that you use to your advantage. You're usually very good at it too. Pain at the sacral. Okay, so maybe somebody lost a child, or maybe somebody is having some kind of issues with the reproductive system. Maybe somebody is harboring pain there. Maybe you've been abused and you are holding on to some kind of pain. I feel like whatever it is, you're going to let it die. I feel like part of letting this die, though, is being able to speak it out. I always say, when you're able to think about something, talk about something without crying, breaking down, that's how you know you're over it. Some things you have to sit and obsess about, pine over it. Especially these days with the witches and the lies and stuff like that. The lies is what makes you get sick and stuff. Things happening behind your back in your life, people betraying you, and there's people never find out. There's so many things that have happened behind the scenes in people's lives that was causing them imbalance, and they didn't know how to listen to spirit. So they started going to the doctor, and when it's stuff all around you happening. And a lot of times it's with your family. We have cleanse and we have happiness. So this is at the root. I feel like somebody, and I got this before for the collective, I feel like somebody's cleaned their root out. Somebody has cleaned their root out. I feel like now it's time to hit that sacral. And that sacral is holding on to some pain. But you know what? That root is cleaned out, and it's not going to take long for you to clean that sacral out. I think that you should take your time with it, though, because I feel like the root, the sacral, and the heart, you should spend the most time on. But the root, for sure. Sometimes the root takes twice as long as everything else, Once you get that root cleaned out, and once you get it balanced, and you're able to see your pathways, the different canals and things that are in there that were covered up with junk, there's so much there. Maybe somebody's going to hang out in their root. Maybe you need to hang out in your root a little bit in order to, because it's clean and happy there. And now you're moving into this pain. I feel like this happiness is going to help heal this pain. Absolutely. It's like healing from the bottom up. Maybe you should heal from, maybe you should go, we're in Aries season. I was telling you guys how to work on Aries, remothering yourself, stuff like that. Working out, that kind of thing, using Aries energy in a positive way, but remembering that Aries is about the crown. They rule the head. So give yourself head massages, hair massages, a deep condition. I like to put, I have like a cap that, women have, and it heats up for their hair when it's like conditioner in it. But I put that shit on and I'll sleep in it all night. I woke up one morning and my head was wet from sweating. But let me tell you, I felt so clear, and I said, oh, I'm gonna do that again. I might do it like right before we go into Taurus season, like the day tomorrow or Thursday. I might do it again just to see, because to me that's all stuff that needs to come out. We get cold, we catch cold, and you don't know what's up there, all hard and callous. What's that stuff called? Calcium, stuff like that. Things get hard in there and calcify, all kind of, our food is bad, I mean, that was incredible. I really loved that. I mean, that's some new shit that I'm definitely going to keep in my arsenal as far as healing goes. Because when I tell you I felt clear, I'm not sniffling or nothing. Usually I like sniffle a little bit. Nothing. So, FYI. But yeah, I do that. I'll show you guys. But you could take herbs that help clear the mind, just focus on the part that Aries rules. But here somebody is going from the root. So what I'm telling you is to go to the head and then move down. We're about to go into Taurus, and then, meet yourself at the sacral. And you're not going to get everything as clean as it could be if you just did it this way, but it'll still get, cleaner. And then once you hit here, you know what I'm saying? It really will help. It will help because you got energy and comfort here. I feel like your solar is amazing. And then you have this movement here at the crown, which is green with the death card. That's not the crown, I'm sorry, at the third eye. So I feel like you know something is ending. You know that this is going to help you move forward. I don't feel like this is bad at this. Usually I would be like, oh shit, look, we got magic at the crown. It's purple, so that's good. Man, I'm saying, I feel like that, man, when you look at the wheel, the root, the feet are touching the head. They're on top of the head, which is Aries. And right here you have this magic. And I feel like you got this root, it's all cleaned out. There's happiness here. And then we was just talking about the crown with the magic. And I just feel like something is really, you just got to clean out something with this probably sexual energy from the past, lovers, things like that. You know, and as you grow and mature, we realize that, man, I was a little bit abusive back then. I kind of liked it a little rough. You know, maybe you're different now. Maybe you have grown into yourself and you realize that that wasn't good for you. So it could be something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be something traumatic. It could just be something that, you know, you have to purge or clean out, maybe some kind of perversion or something when it came to your idea of sex. It doesn't have to be something super crazy because you got all these great cards around here. At the throat, you have anxiety and anger. But I feel like it has a lot to do with the pain. You just haven't expressed it yet. So it's sitting in that sacral. But, you know, again, your cycle. I'm on my cycle. And that's what that's giving me too. So another thing is that's how you heal your sacral is through your cycle. Ladies, I'm going to keep saying it. Please give your period blood to the plants. If you don't know how to speak it, you don't know what to say. Sometimes things are that bad. We don't know how to comprehend or say it, or we don't know how to get it out. The plants, the earth will start praying for you. You know, when Cain killed Abel, that's how God found out. It said that the ground was crying out for the blood. You know, where's Abel? That's what God came and said, that the earth was crying out. So again, you give this pain, this period blood, you give it to the plants, to the flowers especially. That's why it's funny that they call it flowers. Your period, they call it flowers. Because this shit will make a flowers bloom better than anything that you've ever given them, I promise. They'll still bloom and they will keep blooming when it's not supposed to bloom anymore. In the middle of winter, they'll be blooming. I'm telling you, with your period blood, it's crazy, and you will feel like life itself. Okay, you will. And the plants clean the air, and it lets off the mist, and like again, it's natural, and the earth understands it better. I feel like this is the best way to pray. By giving your period blood, because we're fucked up. We are arrogant, narcissists. Some of us, most of us are sociopaths now, and we've got fucked up shit going on. And even our prayers are, you know, God says that the thoughts of men are only evil continually. That's how bad it's gonna get. Like, it's just every thought is just shady and awesome. Corrupt, something corrupt. Nothing is positive. Nothing is loving. So sometimes we're just not loving. We're not positive. But your blood and the plants, it'll speak it for you. It'll let the world, it'll let the environment, the universe know what's going on for you. And then you will start to heal. It takes time. Anything natural, it takes time, and it might be a little bit painful, because even when you start to breathe in the cure, right? The plants put the cure out there. And even as you start to breathe in the cure, it's going to, and not noticeably, but you will start to feel emotional. You'll start to think about things different or start to regret certain things. But that's part of healing. That's part of conviction. Conviction is what church is supposed to do. But since it doesn't, there's so many people that are lost and stuck and they don't even know how to say. They don't even know how to say it. And you don't have to. Give it to your plants. They'll say it. They'll say it until you can. And that's the beauty in it. And that's the real blood of the lamb. It's not, we shouldn't have to sacrifice nothing. But they don't want women to know their power. So they're not going to tell you your period blood is the blood of the lamb. What the fuck is more important than that in the world, really? Especially when it comes to religion and faith and belief. Intuition. We're going to keep this in love. Nice. And protection. At the bottom of the deck. But I liked intuition here. With death on top of death. I feel like you just know something and you're able to listen. Death is silent. Silent. And that's what you need, silence to be able to hear your intuition, because it's a still small voice. It's not going to be hollering at you and yelling at you and stuff. Excuse me, I swallowed that wrong. The moon in reverse. So you got something coming out with this intuition and this death. Maybe this is something that, this could be something that is causing you pain in your sacral. Some secrets coming out. The moon represents intuition. So I feel like you're getting messages. Speaking of that, we were just talking about the period blood. Sorry I had to give you a long interlude about that, but it's important. And especially now, because it's going to be so much. You're going to have to start giving your period blood to the earth. Or else I think it's going to be too hard for women. The world, something is ending, something is coming all together. Like I said, somebody has definitely cleaned their root out, is happy. You've gotten all them demons and ghosts and goblins and hidden things and holes. You filled them up and you've balanced it out. I like it. The star. Okay, so we have healing here at this sacral. I love it. So here we have the world. So something is coming to a completion. And it's a positive one. It's a positive one that's going to allow you to heal and move forward. You have, we have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius that represent the world card. And it represents things coming to a close, things culminating, the big ending, and I think it's a positive ending. Now we have the star. So somebody is a healer. With that, you sure in the hell are cleaning out that root. I don't think that many people do that right like that. And this is collective, so I love it. We have the star card here. This is Aquarius energy here at this sacral with this pain. And the sacral represents water. It's water. And then we have this star card here. Aquarius is the water bearer. I just love it. And I think that somebody is definitely going to heal this. I feel like you need to probably get out in the nature. Try to get as close to nature as you can. If you can go move somewhere out in nature, it doesn't have to be forever. Maybe for a year, maybe 2 or something like that, just so you could get well, all the way well and in your power. You want to do that. Because sometimes you can start healing and then you start feeling better and then you stop. And then you still might feel better, but it could come back. You gotta really stay tempered while you're healing. Because things can go to the left, you know, if you stop too soon or, you know. Now we have the 3 of Cups. It's in the upright, so I feel like this is a celebration. And then here we have this Comfort card, and it has 3, you know, little flowers here. So I'm thinking that this has something to do with this. This one right here looks like she is pregnant. And maybe she's not. Hopefully she's not, because they drank in a little bit. Maybe she's not. She look a little pregnant, though, in that picture, but I don't think so. So I think that you are... and that's at the solar. I feel like you are around people that have good energy. And I feel like that's going to come with you healing this solar, this sacral, too. But I feel like you're already around people that have good energy, that bring you a sense of comfort. I think that this is going to be very easy for you to heal, especially with the Star card. I'm definitely not worried. Here at the heart, underneath this Death card, we have the Lovers in reverse. This is giving me twin flame energy. Again, this is you cleaning out your chakras. This is you needing to come into balance with your masculine and feminine. See, once you get that root cleaned out, now that Kundalini is going to start moving up. And now it's in that sacral. And it has something to do with these lovers in reverse, you know. And this is an intuition, something you have to use your intuition. And that moon card came out in reverse. You're going to get some messages about some lies. Could be somebody in your family that was messing around with somebody, because it's almost like you cleaned out this root, and now you're going to start getting a lot of information. It's going to piss you off and have you anxious. You're going to need to rest. Try to detach too, like an Aquarian would. But again, this could be twin flame energies, men using your energy, taking your good energy and giving you negative energy in return. Here we have movement, and we have an Ace of Wands in the reverse under it. So I feel like something isn't moving fast. Let's see. And then we have a 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Why? And the Tower in the reverse. I think that you are going to avoid a Tower moment, especially with this healing and this Star, but I think you're going to have to work on something. I think maybe your money is going to take a hit from you having to do this healing work. I feel like somebody needed to stop and heal. This is funny that this anger and anxiety, this is the 4 of Swords. So it is about a communication. Could be something online that you're seeing. Movement. With this Ace of Wands in the reverse. I wonder what that is. Maybe something hasn't been easy. It's been very hard. You've been feeling you haven't had a lot of energy. Maybe because you've been healing. You know, these 2 cards, this takes a lot of energy. And maybe you don't feel very fired up, but, you know, you're moving slowly. Maybe you don't realize that you're moving forward, and you are. And with magic here, it's this 9 of Pentacles. There's something about the stability here at the root. I feel like something is coming to an end, so maybe you're going to have to start working on something. Nine of Pentacles is a success. It's comfortable. It's stable. And with the reverse, it goes back down to the Eight of Pentacles. It's, you know, having to work. Maybe you didn't have to work, and maybe now you're going to have to work on something. You're going to have to put some energy into something to put something else, you know, get something going on in that root that needed to grow. Anyway, I don't think that it's going to take a long time. I think that is something that, it's reminding me of my fern. I have a fern, and it was in this little bitty pot, and when I went to change, it was so packed. I couldn't even break it up. The roots were so packed in that little pot. I put it in a pot like 4 times as big. And when I tell you, in like 2 days, I promise you, that freaking plant had grown too big for the new pot. Like, I mean, green and big with berries and flowers and everything. It was just like ready to grow. And when it was in that little pot, it looked sad. And you know what's so crazy is that same fern, I think I'm going to end up splitting it and putting it in 2 different pots because it's so big. Like, I don't know. I don't think I have a pot big enough for it's going to cost me like $200. Well, it's not going to happen. We're just going to have 2 ferns. Now, so we have a 7 of Cups. So I feel like this is a lot of options. I feel like you just clean these things out, and you know, you're starting to see all these options that you have after, you know, the root is always traumatic stuff coming. You've cleaned that up, you've balanced it out, and you brought an ending and a culmination to some things, and now you have other roads, other angles, other opportunities, and maybe you're having to decide now, what are you going to get into? That has a lot to do with this work card too. This 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, look, you have the King of Swords in the reverse, and then you have the 8 of Pentacles, I was just saying, in the reverse. So I feel like there's a liar here. I was saying that in the beginning, that the lies, this King of Swords could be a Gemini with this Lover's card. Somebody been lying, and it's caused you to be sick. Maybe somebody had something, or they passed something on to you you didn't know. Maybe you never got any symptoms or anything like that. Somebody is working on something. This could definitely be, again, twin flame. Magic is involved here in some way. With this 9 of Pentacles and then this 8. This could be a King of Swords. A lion when it comes to your work or something like that. Lying on your work. And this is causing, I mean, your sacral is where you get your ideas and stuff from. This could have been your baby as far as business goes. And somebody is lying or taking something from you when it comes to your work. Also, it could definitely make you sick. It doesn't have to, it could be it could be both, to be honest. So now we have this Page of Swords. Underneath this, okay, so I don't like this now. I don't like these broads right here. I feel like you're comfortable with somebody and you got a lot of energy. We have a Tower in reverse over here. I feel like somebody is being real shady. Maybe they're trying to plan to bring a tower on you or something, or put you in a tower moment for this man. These 3 women are doing this for this man. This came out in Taurus reading a little bit. You know, I'm not going to go there with the pimps, but it's shit. somebody is watching, spying, going back, telling this King of Swords, you know, it's a Page of Swords here in the reverse. This is this could be somebody younger than you, a very childish, catty, petty little bitch going and telling this King of Swords your business, and he's in the reverse trying to work against you. Oh, these hoes. I mean, they are the worst thing that God ever put on this planet. I promise you. Here at the heart, we have a Queen of Pentacles, and we also have a Five of Cups. So yeah, I do definitely feel like somebody is trying to pull from your money, trying to keep you from being a Queen of Pentacles and keeping you sad so that you can't heal this pain and this sacral. You know, maybe somebody took your money, took your position, and it's really caused you some pain. Yeah, I think that's what you're going to have to heal. It has something to do with your money, your work, your ideas. And there's a lie here, but your intuition is telling you. You know, you being in this sad energy too, let it, cry it out, man. Cry it out. Once you cry, you're going to get a lot of messages. Yeah, I think somebody doesn't even know how to speak what has happened to you. I think that this has been really mean. This King of Swords could be very mean. We have the Temperance card here. This is another healing card. Somebody's a Temperance angel, Sagittarius. You can heal from this. You'll be all right. You might say some fucked up shit. It might come off bad at first, but eventually you'll balance it out with this Temperance card. But don't be afraid to say what you need to say. It's got to come out. The truth. Sometimes truth is, you know, it makes you mad because, you know, people are fucked up. And you should be. You should be mad. Somebody overdid something. Or maybe this is a wish fulfillment when it comes to this forward movement. And yeah, maybe you don't have the strength to move forward, but you are. You are moving forward. Maybe it feels like everybody's passing you up, but you're not. But they're not. You're just resting and you're being granted that too. You have the Ace of Cups here and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like this is a good Four of Pentacles, though. You're holding on to something because, you know, you're not as stable as you need to be. You're needing to budget and penny pinch a little bit, I feel like, because you have options and you need to figure, you know. And then I don't feel like you can really create anything yet because this asshole right here, yeah, he's stealing your ideas. That's what that is. He's stealing your ideas. Again, this could be online. Yeah, he's putting all these women in your position online, waiting to see what you're talking about so he could go run and put some loser in that position. What a loser. What a coward. What a yellow belly little coward this guy is here. We have somebody that is, yeah, this is a Nine of Swords in the reverse and a Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody is coming out of, look, with the Four of Swords too in the reverse. It's like you're thinking. This was giving you headaches and everything about this person not being fair with you. Somebody stealing from you. You're a Temperance angel, though. Don't worry about it. It's gonna, and trust me, I am the right person to tell you that. These niggas been stealing so much money from me. I know I don't get it. But I also know that I wouldn't have been able to take myself as far. I know what they owe me is way more than I would have been able to make on my own, ever. So It's a lot of people that owe me money, and they're going to have to pay. A lot of money, too. Like, gosh, I can't even believe it. I still don't believe it. And you know what? I did the after tarot, and then I knew I did that, too. Something said that, and I just kept going. I knew I did it because of this card, this world card with the lovers in the middle. So yeah, especially with this world card with the lovers in the middle and this lovers in reverse here, I definitely feel like you brought something to an end. This negative love energy. But let's say you're sacral now, which is better because the root is the soil. This is water. You purge that out. I'm telling you that ovarian, they say that ovarian cancer is the easiest to heal. It's one of the easiest cancers to heal. You just got to get disciplined and crack down and do it. And that's the hardest part. You got the Hangman here. So again, you have all these options, and I feel like you're going to take a minute to figure out what you want to do. I don't think you're going to rush. I don't think that you should with the Knight of Pentacles here. I definitely think you're going to take your time and figure it out, because I feel like Spirit is telling you to do that anyway. Because once you heal this, you know, as you heal it, this is going to be brought out. Sheesh. This is my left hand. My left hand don't usually itch, but it is. All of my fingers and my palm, like bad, all of a sudden. Like, damn. Okay, that's weird. So yeah, I feel like something is going to move slow, or you're going to take your time and heal and slow, but I feel like your money is going to come in, but it might come in slow. I feel like you're not able to really work like you want to because you're going to be healing. That's fine. Do that. Spirit will make a way for sure, especially when you're healing, and when Spirit is like, wants you to heal with the Star card, it'll make a way. I know that too. What's the Page of Swords in the reverse? Did I shuffle these? This Hangman energy too is very humble. I love that you're in this Hangman energy with all of these options here, and things are cloudy. You're going to take a minute to think about things, and I think that you're going to be blessed by doing that. And it's being humble about what's going on. I like that. You can't go wrong. You're definitely going to be guided and led the right way. Queen of Pentacles. We got Queen of Pentacles right here. I think that that's where you're going to end up being. At the Queen of Pentacles. That's where Spirit's trying to guide you. We have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, they want you to walk away from something. From some broads. Something, they might be messing with your confidence too. Maybe that's what's making you angry and have anxiety at the throat. Are these broads lying and spying? Maybe you could feel it. They want you to walk away emotionally from this. Or they can want you to walk away all the way. But here, she's still there. She's looking at the cups. really processing, you know, maybe they want you to just know and not say nothing, you know, walk away just emotionally, but know that this is going on. Maybe you need to gather up some more evidence or something so that you could take this fool to court and get your money and end up this Queen of, look, we have this Three of Pentacles here. I do feel like this could be you getting somebody to help work with you on something. Give me another one. Page of Cups, yep. That's that sacral energy. Okay, so I think that you're going to maybe work with somebody, get with somebody in the meantime, and, you know, start something else about, maybe use somebody else's idea, help them come into their idea, and then, you know, and then this can pass, and then you could do your own thing. But right now, this person is watching you and trying to copy everything you do. So I feel like you're going to have to get with somebody else and do some kind of work with them, or, you know, it's something like that. Their idea. Or maybe another idea that's really not your main idea. Because look, this fish is jumping out of the cup. So it's like, maybe it's just something that'll keep you afloat for now until, you know, you do heal. And you can have this man out of your judgment in the reverse. I definitely feel like somebody made a bad choice. And I think it's this King of Swords in the reverse. Definitely, it's giving me Gemini energy. We have this Lovers here. It just is. I love it. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. That's what's in the reverse right here. So you're going to temper this. Once you come out of this healing, you're going to be able to temper and have your ideas. You have the water. There's no fish there with the Temperance. But this is a whole nother level. You've ascended. This is transfiguration. You know, I was talking about that in Taurus's reading with myself and Ophiuchus and Sagittarius. And this reminds me of Ophiuchus even more so than Sagittarius, because Ophiuchus is the healer. It's the angel too. It's the Most High. So this Temperance card, whenever I see it, it always automatically I think of Ophiuchus, but it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius Ophiuchus. And yeah, this is somebody is definitely maybe this isn't just going to be something that keeps you afloat. Maybe this is going to be something that makes you stable. This little idea. Something that it's not even all that. It's just something small that's just going to give you some kind of stability. I like it. And then you'll be able to work on your main thing or your, you know. But just right now, because this one is watching you and trying to steal from you. Ugh. Like, just... Ugh. It's like the nerve of people. People be thinking that they are something special. That they could just, you know, treat people any kind of way or do people any kind of way. And that's just not how it is. The Nine of Cups. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like somebody is just a hoe. I feel like maybe that's coming out too. You know, maybe you're speaking that. Maybe you're speaking about somebody's cowardness, you know, lies. Maybe you're calling this person out for, you know, the hypocrite that they are. Yeah, we have this 9 of Wands in the reverse. So this is the wounded warrior, and I feel like this is somebody not wanting to be in that energy anymore. You're holding on to something. You got this Ace of Cups, so I feel like you're not going to have to be in this energy anymore. I feel like because people are going to see that this person is, they're a knight. They're in and out. They're not reliable. They're a liar. They're not a king. They're a knight. And they're a Knight of Cups too. They're not a King of Swords. They're a Knight of Cups. They're somebody that's in their feelings. They're emotionally immature. And they're trying to act like they know something. You know, like they're so high and mighty. And, you know, their pee-pee might not work. And maybe that's a gift from God that their pee-pee don't work. And maybe that's why they don't have any energy to do anything. Maybe they're drinking a lot too with this 9 of Cups. Because this knight is drinking out of his own damn cup. You know? So it's like he's overdoing some kind of alcohol, I think. Then we have a 3 of Swords in the reverse. I didn't mean to pick that up. But is that somewhere else here? Or was that in a different reading? I guess it was in a different reading. But, yeah, somebody isn't heartbroken anymore. I think this is the Taurus reading. It might have been the other collective that I did. Someone isn't heartbroken anymore. You're getting a gift of love from the divine. So, you know, this heartbreak is done. And I think that definitely has a lot to do with that root chakra, cleaning that root chakra out and balancing it. And I feel like you probably are in I think it's clean. And I think that you are in the process of balancing it, trying to figure out how you're going to move forward. You're going to be coming up with some, you know, intuitions about how to handle some things. You're going to come out of this 5 of Cups, melancholy energy, something about your work, you know, and it still might take time. You got this Tower in the reverse here, and then you have this Knight of Pentacles. So I think that something is happening, but it's going to be gradual. I think that it's going to happen slowly. It's not happening right away. I feel like this Death card wanted to come out, and this 3 of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to put them both like this because I don't know why that did that. And then I'm looking here. It has a Justice in reverse here too. And then here we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this could be a feminine Scorpio energy. It doesn't have to be. But I definitely feel like this 3 of Cups right here, you're going to be walking away from this emotionally. That wasn't upright. And, you know, I feel like, again, that's what I was saying right here. Like, they just want you to walk away emotionally. You know, or act like you're walking away. I don't think you're really supposed to walk away physically, but you're supposed to see that these people ain't shit. And they're not supposed to have any of your good wishes or nothing. Nothing like that. Maybe you're sharing with people you're not supposed to be sharing with. The Death in reverse. So something isn't ending. Maybe somebody is trying to keep something from ending. That's why this is happening slow. All of this is very gradual, I feel. And there's a Tower moment coming too for these people. But it's coming in slow. And then look, this wanted to come out. This slid out. The same 9 of Swords in the reverse. So definitely a lot going on in the intuition, subconscious. A lot of these lies, this King of Swords. These are all swords. This is hidden stuff. This is happening in the dream state. That's your intuition telling you something. Something about this death. This scorpionic energy. I'm not sure. You know, the death card as Scorpio, I talk about Antares. That's the heart of the scorpion. And the zodiac, it's in the Scorpio constellation. It's beautiful. Scorpio is a beautiful constellation. If you ever get a chance, check it out. It really is my favorite constellation. I could spot it like it's, you know, that and Taurus, and also Orion is so easy to see. Those three are really nice constellations, and they actually look like something. They look like, you know, like Orion really does look like a giant, and the bull really does kind of look like a bull. You know, it's because of the V. It gives you that. To me, Sirius really looks like Orion's dog too. I love it all, especially being here where I can see all the stars. But I'm still waiting to see a placement like that placement when they put that hit out on me, and I had to, I don't know what was happening. My intuition was like fired up. But I ended up driving through the desert actually ended up coming here. This was like four or 5 years ago. I'm not exactly. It was the year that, might be 4 years ago. It was the year that Rise of the Black Phoenix came out. The Dark Phoenix or whatever came out. The X-Men movie. And that's when I found out that that they released movies for the astrology, because the Dark Phoenix came out, and the stars, you guys, I'm still waiting to see all those stars. Like, it was like when certain alignments and stuff come up, more stars shine than usual. Like, there was stars shining that probably ain't never shined before. It was so many stars. I was driving through that desert trying to pull over so I could look, you know, because I'm driving. And I ended up getting out, and something big as hell came and swooped down on my head. It was pitch black. I jumped back in the car. Like, I mean, it's just so crazy. I'm still waiting to see the stars like that. The stars start shining and doing things and lighting up in different parts of the sky. Like, I don't know, it reminds me of that. Remember that game where it would light up different colors and different sounds? You know, you had to, like, pick the color, like, in the same, I guess, sequence that it came up in with the sound. It just reminds me of that, because it was just like, oh, that shit was crazy. There's so much we don't know. And these lights, one street light will block the stars out for 50 meters. You have to walk 50 meters away, and then there's probably another light, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we are in a bubble of artificial light that's keeping us from seeing the real light and getting the real messages from spirit. It's crazy. Everything is literally to keep us from connecting and understanding where we're at. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe that the earth is round. I don't believe that it's flat. I don't believe that it's round. I don't know what it is. It might be tic-tac-toe. I don't know. You know, you just don't know. These people lie about everything because they don't want you to know who you are, which means that you got to be something hell of a, probably God. I mean, hello. That's what I have for you, collective. I hope that I didn't bitch too much and that you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you next time.